I am Samantha Mowat. I'm a clairvoyant psychic and a contactee, and tonight I'd like to talk to you about the importance of keeping a dream journal. One thing I've found over the last, 14 years or so since I started keeping dream journals is that when you start to actually pay attention to what's being told to you by your spirit guides and the beings that you work with, while you're out of body in your astral state, you're going to find they're often telling you information about what is coming in your future based upon the trajectory that you're on. Over the years, my guides have told me all sorts of things that have pertained to my future. They've told me when we were moving from the island to Vancouver, from Vancouver to northern BC. They told me about my children before I had them, how they looked, their personalities. They helped me to encounter these little beings. They told me about career changes and when I would be getting to school and when I wouldn't be getting into school, and all sorts of wonderful things that have helped to really shape the way that I've chosen to conduct my life. I've found that although our dreams may not make sense to us in the moments that we have them, for instance, you could dream about something today and it might not be relevant for a year and a half or 2 years. But the thing that I'm trying to express to you as the important reason behind why you should be recording your dreams is when you take the information that you get from your guides in your astral state and then you bring it forward to where you are in this current state, it actually changes the way you understand your intuition. It makes it so that you allow for the intuitive information that your guides are giving you to bleed through into your day-to-day life. It's almost like you're telling your guides, "Ooh, okay, I got the message. Thank you. Can you please start coming to me more consciously?" It's kind of how a lot of the beings see it, and they get super excited when their humans start paying attention and really start to incorporate their knowledge and hard work into our day-to-day lives. Quite often our guides are telling us about the paths that we're on and the trajectories we're taking, but we can be stubborn little monkeys and not listen to them. And so I was sitting here tonight thinking about what exactly I want to make a video about. And so I want to express to you a couple things about how you can do a dream journal. One of the ways that I did it when I was younger, in about, I would say 2008 or so, so a really long time ago, was I would pose a question to my guides. I would say something like, "Guides, can you tell me about this event? Like, can you tell me about my future children? Can you tell me about my future career? Can you show me the home I'm going to buy one day? Can you show me what's coming up for me in the next year?" There are all sorts of things you can ask them, but the important thing is that you start asking them questions and then start recording your dreams. You could just allow for your dreams to go in whatever direction you choose, and that's completely fine too. Sometimes you'll get dreams that are answering questions that you asked a couple weeks ago rather than what it is you asked right now. And it's kind of funny when stuff like that happens because, like, for instance, I will ask my guides, like, "Hey, can you explain to me if I should make this choice or that choice?" And the dreams I have for the next couple weeks may not be really relevant to the question I just asked. They could be relating to stuff that's in the future or stuff that's relating to the past if I'm trying to find out information about something that I no longer really see clearly. And so there's always that component as well. The thing that I really appreciate about doing stuff like this, like connecting to our guides and paying attention to them when they're giving us these dream messages, is they have given me warnings about things that were going to occur in my life and things that were going to occur in the lives of the people closest to me, so that I was better able to prepare for them. For instance, a long time ago, they had warned me a couple years before it happened that my father-in-law would pass. And although at the time I didn't understand the symbolic representation that they had given me, they had shown me him clutching his heart, standing by mailboxes, and me being on the other side of the road. Now, I didn't interpret that at the time to mean that we were going to be living far away from him when we received news or mail, see the symbolic reference there, of his passing. And so that was one instance where my guides gave me an indication about something that was going to be happening. My guides have also been really wonderful in showing me future vehicles that I would have. They showed me my last couple of homes, including the one that I'm in now. And you know, when you start to have stuff like that happening, where you're acknowledging what these beings are showing you, they start to make it so they give you more information because they're aware that you're trying your best to retain the information they're presenting to you. So rather than giving you a little bit, they give you larger increments in hopes that even more will stick. And quite often it does. It just takes a little bit of practice. Another thing that they've done for me to make my life easier is through dreams they've often given me messages of where I need to make lifestyle changes or dietary changes. They were the ones who encouraged me to go vegetarian the first time, my guides and the ETs. And when I've been transitioning back to being vegan, they're the ones pushing that forward, saying, "Okay, Sam, you really need to cut out cheese. We really don't like you having that." And so it's kind of interesting how they will give you the messages and then they'll start bringing you the signs and synchronicities in your day-to-day life that really relate to what it is they're conveying to you on the astral sense, or the astral plane, pardon me. So one thing that I found, and that kind of made it easier for me to get to know my guides, is whenever I would have a dream, I would really pay attention when I woke up the next morning to, okay, was I with anybody? And if so, what did they look like? Did they have long hair, short hair? Were they taller than me, smaller than me? What was their body like? What was their energy like? How did I feel when I was around this person? And what did we do together? And where did we go? See how there's that constant asking questions and trying to record the information on multiple levels? It may not seem significant to you to write whether it's daytime or nighttime, but that can be an indication to you about whether you're projecting your body to somewhere of the lower astral or a higher dimensional plane. So to me, stuff like that is really important to record because it's all little bits of information to help give you a better sense of understanding of where you're going and the type of being you're talking to. Because when you look at the different dimensional planes that you're going to, it can help to give you an idea about how trustworthy the information can be based upon the vibrational frequency of the being and the location that you're at. Pardon me. One last thing I want to talk to you about with all of this is if you start doing it every day and your guides are aware that you're starting to make it into a habit, they're going to get really excited and they're going to change the way they're interacting with you. One thing I found is when I started recording a long time ago all the dreams I was having, not only were they good at starting to show me future events and information pertaining to what would be coming for me and big decisions that I'd have to make, but they also started to give me more information on more of a teaching level. So they would tell me information about how different foods were affecting my vibration, how certain plants and crystals would affect the way my energy field was, how I could help to balance imbalances that were occurring in my body, whether it was my difficulty falling asleep at times or whether it was headaches or whatever. They allowed for more information pertaining to other areas of my life to really come forward through the dream time. And I found that to be a really wonderful thing. Well, I hope you have a beautiful night and I wish you peace, love, and light. Bye.